So this is Star Trek, the J.J. Abrams movie that I found at Big Lots for $5, and it's in quite a thick box because this is the USS Enterprise 2-disc digital copy special edition, which comes with a USS Enterprise model, which I've never seen this. So I already own the movie, but I'm really, for $5, I was really interested in this model. It says exclusive packaging becomes the Starship USS Enterprise. So I want to see what happens, and it's got all kinds of logos on it: Xbox, Xbox Live. I'm not exactly sure if all the parts are going to be here. I did like J.J. Abrams' Star Trek movie, the first one, a lot. The second one I didn't think was too bad. A lot of people didn't like it. I thought it was fun to watch. I mean, the third one was, yeah, it was probably the weakest one, but I still enjoyed it. I think it was done in by bad marketing. So what is this all about? Is there really a model in here? Is there really a deal that good for $5? Let's open it from the top. I believe there is. Okay. I'm impressed. For take command. It comes with a little pamphlet here. And there is a digital copy. If you got that code, I'm afraid it's too late. It's already been redeemed. But yeah, because I would like to have this permanently on my laptop. Then again, I don't know if well, insert the digital copy. Oh yeah, I guess I can keep this on my laptop forever. So if I just need to watch Star Trek in a pinch, I've got it with me. So that's good. What else is in here? Is there? There is no movie. Exclusive packaging becomes Starship USS Enterprise for assembly instructions. There are no discs in here. It's just the model and the digital movie. So it's really just a model. Okay, well, that's cool. I'm gonna drink some coffee. So what I have then is now I have this on my laptop, and forever, I guess, as long as I own the laptop. With NVIDIA too. Wow, this is the best way to watch Star Trek, I suppose. And I'm now the proud owner of this model. And it says right here, for assembly instructions, visit www.startrekmovie.com/Target. So this must have been a Target exclusive. I never saw it. I would have jumped on this if I'd seen it. Oh, wow. Okay. I'm pretty thrilled. I'm gonna build it. I don't know if it's taping or not, but I think there was tape in there. Okay. This is a really... Oh, these parts are really nice. Look at this. Wow, this is really much nicer than I expected. Here's the instructions. I don't need to go to the website. I can refer to these. Oh wow, this is really nice. Here's the instructions. Warning, do not disassemble ship after assembly. Parts may break. Well, there's no reason I'm going to do that. Okay. First off, let's take the fuselage and put the neck on it. Here's the fuselage. And here is the neck piece. And it snaps right in there. Look at that. And look how well this is painted. I mean, seriously good. This is very good. It's just beautiful. Okay, next, the saucer section. This is very heavy. It feels like there's something inside of it. Does it have, like, lights or something? Oh my gosh! Oh, wait a second. Wait, no way. No way. The DVDs are inside. Oh my gosh. I didn't see that coming. This is $5. I'm seriously losing it here. I do this really carefully. I do not want to screw this up. So put this in here. There's a little catch here. Yeah. Okay. Next, the nacelles. I want to do this really carefully because this is the part where I could screw something up. Okay. Left side, green dot to green dot. So, right side, red dot to red dot. Okay, red dot. Red dot. This is the right side. Okay. Right side. This is the left side. Okay. I'm still kind of in shock right now. This is like the happiest thing ever for me. Oh my gosh. $5. DVD case in here. Oh, wow. Okay. Just don't screw this up. Green dot to green dot. Okay. This piece. And then as you can see, the green dot. Looks like this. This is the left side, so yeah, I think it needs to be I'm sorry, I'm excited and I do not want to mess this up. So it would go, where's it like green, green. Right side. Red dot, red dot. Okay. Right side, left side. Okay. Green dot to green dot. Oh boy. Oh my gosh, look. Look at that. Look at the details. Oh my gosh. This is one of the most detailed, fantastically beautiful Starship Enterprises I own now. You just look at that. Look, even the little small details, like the shuttle bays. Wow. Okay, that's good. The stand. So, here's the stand. So it's going to be like this. And then I guess we're going to I guess what we want is for this to go in the front. Oh, no, this. And now it's on the stand. And the stand is. Oh. Is that in there? Very good. Okay. This is the correct way. Wow. Okay. Now we can access two discs that are carefully put in there. The feature film and special features. And here is the special features in the digital copy. Whoa. This is too flippin' cool. and then you put it back on, and you have a display piece that is unparalleled. I mean, this is just awesome. A model to put on your shelf, to put with your other Star Trek stuff. Wow, for $5. I'm really, really blown away. This this is by far the happiest day of my week. This is the this is it. It's happening right now. Just finish that coffee. Um. Okay. So we have a great model here, and now I feel like maybe maybe if you tuned in to help go to sleep, maybe I can flip through this Reader's Digest from October 1965, because I don't, you're here for a while, and I want you to be able to lay down and close your eyes and not worry about like a one of those ridiculous YouTube ads like blasting in your ear. So let's look at this Reader's Digest for a while. This was October 1965, and it was 35 cents. Reader's Digest was very popular at this time period. It's kind of a pretty little cover on the back. October 65. And the good thing about Reader's Digest, I mean, a lot of people had subscriptions, and the key points I remember, my grandfather would read it, and the jokes were important, and then there was it pays to build your word power. So my cat's, she's discovered the modeling packaging, so she's kind of happy. So if she makes too much noise, I'll stop her, but I kind of let her do her thing. So but anyway, I thought it'd be fun to flip through this, and well, first of all, we're just talking about subscriptions, but for Christmas, for $2, you could get a subscription to this pretty fun magazine. But on the first page is a beautiful, beautiful car ad. Look at that. Shiny 1966 Ford Fairlane. Very pretty. I love the car ads in these magazines. And here's a fold-out with more models of Fords, the Mustang and the Falcon, the 66 Mustang, the 66 Falcon, and there is a lovely fold-out. Wow, look at that beauty. Such a nice car. The 1966 Ford LTD. Okay. Next it says, you and your family are invited to get the facts on United States funds as an investment. $150 to begin, then $25 a month starts you on a systematic plan in the United States group of mutual funds. So that's cool. And now we have first story. It's love is a golden moment. Radiant with hope and joy, love is a lifetime warmed with sharing. Your engagement diamond telling your love, and its meeting will flame undimmed to light the world you make in marriage. No, this is not a story. This is an ad for diamonds. And the photograph is called Golden Moment by Harold Homa. And more Reader's Digest stuff here. And then on this page is an ad for GMC Handy Van. The Handy Van has 7 great features, but you need to remember only one. I get what's the one you need to remember? This is what we want you to remember. Handy Van is made, is sold, and serviced by truck people, GMC truck people. yet Handyman's price is low, right down with the others. So that what they want you to know is, aside from the 7 great features, it's a low price. Attention kids, you won't run your eyes watching TV, watching all that television, no matter what your mother says. Oh, I bet parents hated that because that was what they often liked to say back then, especially in the 60s. Have you an amusing anecdote, an unusual story? This is your opportunity to get it published in Reader's Digest. Now we have, for the joy of a slender figure, try Sago, the magical meal that helps you slim. And Sago, I do remember these. These were diet shakes, and they came in chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, banana, pineapple, cherry, orange, chocolate malt, chocolate coconut, French vanilla, chocolate fudge, and then the two new elegant flavors: vanilla cream and coconut cream. And as you can see, the pretty lady drinks Sago, and she fits nicely in all of these early '60s fashions. The gloves. Um, why the new Parker 75 inspires the kind of testimonials we could frame. They frame the testimonials for this fountain pen. Second only to the human tongue, I consider your new pen to be the most facile, basic, and essential communications tool so far devised. Wow, that's some high praise for a pen. Okay, now the notes and comments on the news. The news of the time. More breaks for lawbreakers. Now a message from our sponsor, Nose Cutting Department. The New South. Precious resource principle pays off. Okay, here's an ad for Sylvania Flash Cubes. And I grew up in the age when we had flash cubes. And basically, you had a camera, you put the cube on top of the camera, and each cube would discharge one flash. So it was a little bit pricey to have a flash camera back then. My first camera was a Polaroid as a child. I was given one, and I used to love to take pictures of everything. But to get the flashes, you would get like a little rack of flash that went on top, and each exposure would burn one flash. So those were kind of expensive. So I didn't take a lot of pictures indoors. Aren't all sleeping tablets alike? Nitol. No, all sleeping tablets are not alike. They may look alike, but laboratory tests prove Nitol is different. Of course, Nitol is completely safe, taken as directed. It's not habit forming. It contains no barbiturates or harmful drugs. Each active ingredient in Nitol meets rigid U.S. government approved standards. And here's the difference. Nitol helps you get to sleep faster. Now, my limited experience of sleeping pills, I can tell you that I have yet to find a sleeping pill that did not make me feel groggy the next morning and did not make me just feel kind of wasted for the whole rest of the day. So maybe I'm different, but I've never seen a sleeping pill where you wake up refreshed. Here is a soap ad for Dove versus soap. Dove is creamier, soap is bubblier, and dries your skin. When I have really bad sunburn, and I will buy some Dove and use it because it is the best thing to take a shower with if if your skin is really burned. Here's a special offer: beautiful nylon stretch gloves, each pair only $1. And there's a little business reply card. So you buy from Dove, you can get these gloves too, and gloves were a big deal in 1965. There's a campus comedy section with some jokes. In 1882, Edison had a great idea, and it wasn't the electric light. Today, it promises even greater things for you. Investor-owned electric light and power companies. I guess he was talking about stocks too. Your morning is as good as your mattress. Sealy Posturepedic. You just don't hear about Sealy Posturepedics that much anymore because now we're all into pillow tops and memory foam and all the other stuff. But once upon a time, that was the premier mattress. The Sealy Posturepedic was the beginning and ending of good night sleep mattresses. But I think the whole idea of getting a good night's sleep is eluding so many of us now that we're all trying to get magical mattresses. Okay. October Splendor. Okay, so there's the first condensed story. October is the power and the glory to touch, to taste, to hear, and to see. It's funny, we're in October right now. Here's an ad for Brillo. Man that took muscle. Woman that took Brillo. So your typical Mad Men era ad here. Note the glasses, the black suit, skinny tie, and um, ooh, a little optical illusion time. New Delco Energizer. It is such an improved source of electrical energy that has been given a new name. It is called a Delco Energizer. It's a car battery. That is a cool, trippy ad, though. It's kind of cool. Candy that helps make you slim by Walter Brooks. Medical research reveals an easy way for dieters to achieve and maintain proper weight. The king can do wrong. Today, in 3/4 of the United States, government agencies continue to enjoy the medieval protection of sovereign immunity while thousands of injured citizens suffer in silent frustration. GMAC time payment plan, or GMAC, it's General Motors Acceptance Corporation. So if you wanted to purchase your car on payments, that's the typical finance company that you would use then and now. Body by Fisher, that old logo, used to see it a lot, but car bodies, that was the, now it's like Eddie Bauer. Is it Eddie Bauer? Yeah. Well, now you see specialty car designs, but back then, Body by Fisher, that was it. Free booklet. Fill out and mail this card today. There's Danny Kaye. The Danny Kaye Show in color Wednesdays at 10 p.m. on CBS. How to turn on a young mind. Some thoughts from Danny Kaye. One of my favorite things in all the world is a youngster's mind. In a way, it's like a piece of magic clay waiting to be shaped this way or that. The kid who stuffs his agile little mind today with the batting averages of all his favorite players is the same kid whose mind 20 years from now may know Grey's Anatomy or Beethoven's Fifth by heart. I'm just like any other parent who discovers that school is only a part of the youngster's education. We all know that kids can ask questions faster than most of us parents can even absorb them, let alone answer them. That's why I have learned that the Encyclopedia Britannica is a very handy thing to have around the house. In my opinion, there's nothing like it for turning on a young mind. Danny Kaye. We had an encyclopedia when I was a kid. We had the World Book, I think. No, but we had one. But the thing was, is back then, when I grew up too, in the 70s and 80s, an encyclopedia was Google and Wikipedia and all of that. But that's, if you had a question or if you were having a conversation, someone wanted to prove a point, you would go to the encyclopedia. And here's, I think that someone actually pulled that out and ordered themselves an encyclopedia back in the 60s. It looks like it was cut off. Here's quotable quotes. Here's an ad for Philco Television. So you told your barber you're not getting color TV until they make the picture bigger. Better get a new story or a new Philco. Here's an ad for Indust. This is a magnet. It picks up dust. It catches even the tiniest, sneeziest bits. It holds dust tight. It can't scatter, can't resettle minutes after dusting. You can make a magnet out of any cloth or mop. Just spray it with Indust. It's just for dusting. It's wonderful because it's oil. Of course, you can put any oil on a rag and dust will cling to it. So, what happened to the moment of truth? In these civilized days, it's hard for a man to find a heroic deed that needs doing. Yeah. That's an article. Throw away your denture adhesive, cushion grip. And there's a mail away for a free sample. Oh, here's another car ad. Ford 66, the Ranchero, Style Side, and the Bronco. Look at the Ford Bronco. The early SUV, sport utility vehicle. Actually, all three of these were kind of the equivalent. The Ranchero was kind of an El Camino sort of thing. Style Side's a pickup, and then this was your closest thing you could have, unless you had a Jeep, to an SUV. Oh, what's this? $100,000 TV stakes. Win as easy as ABC and the Bristol Myers stakes. So you could get a 66 Lincoln Continental, a trip to Hollywood, $10,000. Win by picking your favorite new ABC TV show. OK Crackerby, Long Hot Summer, Big Valley, and F Troop. The only one I recognize is Big Valley and F Troop. I'm not sure how that. OK Crackerby. I don't know. That looks like the guy from who narrated Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Burl Ives. And then there's some ads for Band, Vitalis, Excedrin. Second prize is a 2 Holland America Happy Ship West Indies cruises. Then there's TVs, the Colorama TV lamp clocks. Huh. Bengay Penetrating Heat Lotion. New lotion discovery helps relieve arthritis misery. And there's personal glimpses. Apple, the bright new idea in baked apples. Rapples. Okay. So you wrap them in foil. Alcohol. It's an ad for alcohol wrap, but they're giving you an idea that you can wrap and make baked apples with it. Are Windex and Gala the best cleaning team to get windows clear? See for yourself. It's the fastest way to make dirt disappear. And I remember the old style nozzle on the Windex. I do remember that. What kind of stunk about it is when you were using Windex as a kid, if your finger was not exactly, or if you had little fingers like me when I was a kid, as a child, trying to use Windex to clean the bathroom or whatever, if your finger wasn't just on it, you would end up like pinching your finger on that thing. Because I hated that spray nozzle. I used to just hit it with the palm of my hand because I got tired of it. It was always pinching my finger. Northern toilet tissue. Northern gives you more softness for the money than any other tissue, and that's important with the beauty in the family. Softness is Northern. Budgeting back home, a lesson from Mr. Gordon. Here's an ad. Genuine General Motors parts. Those are 2 bearings. Junior colleges, hope for the future. It's an ad for Magnavox. Only Magnavox gives you Magnicolor with Astrosonic Stereo, the greatest advancements in home entertainment. The Purina 100,000 Dogs Best Friends Sweepstakes. First prize is a 66 Pontiac Catalina 9-passenger station wagon or wide track convertible, full length mink coat by Douglas, RCA Victor Color TV, AM/FM stereophone, no console. Lone Star boat trailer and 50 HP Mercury outboard motor, KitchenAid portable dishwasher, Singer console sewing machine, DeWalt home power shop, AMF Crestline billiard table, battery operated Mustang Junior for kids. Which would be that. What are the 5th prizes? Pen and pencil sets. That's what you're gonna get. I hate to say it. These Purina dog chow. This is a Purina weight circle. Clip this entry blank. Whoever had this weird digest, they only pulled out one thing for the encyclopedias, and they left pretty much all the other things in here. Here's 4 exclusively distributed mutual funds. Is your boy's future worth 15 minutes of your time each day? Here's how you can help him become a reader. It's from International Paper. Another pretty car ad for Chrysler. The 1966 Chrysler, since the 65 broke all sales records, think what this one will do. That's a pretty ad. I like it. In the 60s, a lot of these cars are this beautiful, shiny black color. Why we were fighting in Asia. Yeah, let's look at some context here. This is 1965, so the Vietnam War had just started not that long ago, and here on a worldwide scale are the crucial issues in Vietnam, which are still not fully understood by many. And probably not even understood today. A lot of Granddad, a love story such as this can come only to the very young and the very old. Here's another story, like a heartwarming story. The laboratory test, medicine's Achilles heel. Careless, incompetent, or fraudulent performance of diagnostic tests can threaten your health and even your life. America's Place in the World by Dwight D. Eisenhower, the former president. At this time, at 65, Johnson was president. This is 2 years after the Kennedy assassination, but Eisenhower is still alive. It says, at this critical juncture in our affairs, the former president pleads for unity and tolerance at home and among the nations of the free world. And it's only 65. It's only going to get worse between now, but between here and 1969, it's going to get very, very tough. And it's not going to get much better until, oh my gosh. There's a cool down in the 70s, and then in the 80s, things are kind of, you know, the 80s was a more colorful, optimistic time, but then you could say the 90s seemed like the economy was booming. Then there was a big recession. Then things got pretty glum in the 2000s. Yeah. A Gift of Laughter. Harpo Marx was the best part of a human being, the innocent part that sees things with wonder. Interesting thing about Harpo Marx, if you know much about the Marx Brothers, he never spoke in the movies or anything. He was always silent. So if you go online, you can find some clips of his voice. And he had a very deep voice with a very strong New York accent. So it's interesting if you get a chance. The pleasures and pitfalls of being in debt. Never before have so many owed so much. Has this unprecedented use of credit reached a peril point, as some observers suggest? Well, apparently not, because it only got worse. I'm sure we'd all love to go back to 1965 levels of debt. The world's first close-up of Mars, a brilliant achievement of Caltech's Jet Propulsion Lab and NASA. What you're looking at here is early computers. This is binary language, and computers use punch cards, and it was a whole different... I mean, the calculating power of the computer on board the Saturn V rocket that launched the Apollo 11 to the moon was the same calculating power of computing power of a dollar calculator you could buy at Dollar Tree. It's the truth. It's amazing. A boy called Funny Face. Without the surgeon's skill, he would never have won his desperate battle for life, but the real miracle in this moving story was achieved by something closer to all of us, a mother's dauntless faith and devotion. It's another story. And I was thinking, I don't know if anyone's interested, but I could do, for another video, is I could actually just read one of these stories. So if you're still awake and if you like that idea, shoot me a comment. Private initiative for the public good. A relatively recent invention, the modern philanthropic foundation has brought to prominence a different concept of giving, with emphasis on the creative search for new solutions to human problems. Tailgating, invitation to tragedy. Safety men call it the most easily prevented accident, but will kill 65 Americans this year. Tailgating back then was not referring to going to football games and eating. Tailgating was driving too close to people. You don't hear that word too much anymore, but tailgating is when someone is too close to the tail of your car when you're driving. They might rear end you. They lead small business to bigger markets. Aided by a little publicized government bureau, a new breed of Yankee trader is roaming the world, finding customers galore. The fallacy of civil disobedience. A distinguished judge speaks out on a subject of nationwide importance. We're getting kind of close to that hippie era of protests and so forth, and they're already sort of like digging in their heels. The right part of America, and a lot of articles like this are coming out. 007, the spy with a golden touch. James Bond, that intrepid secret agent, has survived every fiendish pitfall to become a phenomenal super salesman. This is talking about Sean Connery, and this probably I'll have to show you. I have some James Bond gear from the 60s that you could buy, like action figures and so forth. 007 shirts on sale. I have some action figures. I'll have to show them to you. Well, I can show you now, if you're still awake. Here's one. This is M. And oh, should have done that. Here's another one. Here's James Bond, and he's in his skin diving outfit. It's very cool stuff. Got a little cleaning up to do now. It's okay. Okay, back to the magazine. Okay, but that's actual. This stuff was made in the 60s, 65, same year as this Reader's Digest, by Gilbert. James Bond's Cuban outfit was Spirit Gun. I have a few other loose ones too. His Magnificence, the Moose. Lord of all he surveys, this humpback bearded monarch of the forest brings majesty and mystery to our wilderness. Vita has the answer. The members of this unusual group, scientists and engineers, work in their spare time without pay to solve technical problems submitted from developing nations. And here's the pays to increase your word power section, which is always fun. Like words like inherent. You look back at these, and a lot of these are words that we use a lot now. So it did pay to increase word power because these words, many of them ended up coming into our vocabulary. Ethereal, you hear that a lot. Premise, of course we hear that. Compatriot, innovate, epitome, defunct. All of these words were seldom used then, but are common used now. Allege. See, it's really cool. This magazine had a lot of influence. How man began. Recent scientific discoveries are bringing us closer to the solution of the most fascinating mysteries, the origin of our species. Say it now. How often we fail to speak the generous word at the moment it is needed. The perils of a PhD. Putting hubby through is the acid test for a young wife and marriage. PhD. Want to sell your house in a hurry? A much transferred American male offers some time-tested techniques to spin the sale and perhaps turn a profit. The railroads are fighting back. With a fantastic array of new equipment plus unprecedented determination and aggressiveness, this crucially important industry seems to be on the comeback trail. Now we're back to the ads. The ads are usually in the front and the back of the magazine. Here's an ad for Campbell's Condensed Chicken Soup, and it's a good looking picture. Once again, another flash bulb. Wow, a lot of ads for this flash bulb. Royal Oak aids its problem youth. Easy Beefy Prime takes the place of canned dog food. That's the first dog food ad of this. There's a coupon for Gaines Prime. Oh, it's good shape. Look how the coupon had like, I don't know if you could see in the light, but it had like special paint on. It's almost like money. Really, the printing on it was very cool. There's a Jello ad, or Weight Watchers Jello. An ad for a pretty colorful ad for Shell. Aspirin, combination of ingredients, Excedrin. Yeah, here's an ad for Excedrin. Roll, Jordan, roll. Less majestic than many of the world's great waterways, the Jordan River holds an unparalleled place in the history of mankind. That's a very cool picture. An ad for Friskies. Look at the old cat food. If your cat did her own shopping, she'd stock her cupboard with this. All dishwashing detergent. An ad for Prunes. I don't think that's a good idea to eat for breakfast and then go to work. An ad for Dial. Dial is no quitter. It protects you longer than any other soap because Dial has AT7 So you get rid of the bacteria that causes perspiration odor, and that's that. Cook inspired with pet milk with twice the country cream. Knocks unflavored gelatin. Helps your fingernails. Only Mrs. Filbert's recipe file holds the secret of sweet, fresh flavor. Margarine. I remember Mrs. Filbert's, and I haven't seen it in a long time. So after Caterpillar. Happiness is bringing her baby home and getting a Bulova watch. Armstrong and final Armstrong flooring. Another pet milk ad showing some delicious goodies from the 60s. Purex bleach. Adolph's salt substitute. Cream of rice. If you have a nervous stomach, eat some cream of rice. Ginger ad. Metropolitan Life. Hero with a hot shoe. Safety shield door. Zippo lights. Everyone smoked cigarettes in 1965. Here's an ad for Nestle's decaf coffee, which would become Nescafe. Nestle's instant coffee. Diet Pepsi and regular Pepsi. Come alive with Pepsi. You're in the Pepsi generation. Oh, a little Cold War. Here is a new revolution brewed in the USSR. It is the Cold War. Hot top spark plugs. Oh, look at this gold metallic paint. With the Golden Girl sweepstakes from Liquid Pro and Secret. Wow. Ad for Hidden Magic. Beads of bleach. Bufferin. Whirlpool. Look at the orange, that color. Royal cheesecake filling. I mean, cheesecake's like one of the easiest things in the world to make. I don't know why you need to have a mix. Diet Right. Diet Cola is a really new thing at this point, too. Champion spark plugs. Take article about gold. Park Davis. Here's the jokes. Laughter is the best medicine. Uplifting soup and a recipe. United States Steel investment ad. Trend for dishes and fine fabrics. Oven cleaner. Man, Morals, and Maturity by Norman Vincent Peale. This is the book section. Ad for Boeing. Philips Milk and Magnesia. For nerves again. Denture stuff again. My Gym, He's a Man of Iron. 1 day vitamins. Look at the old style bottle it came in. My cat is here. I think she wants me to wrap this video up. There's an ad for Visine. Postum. Sweetheart Soap for kids. Modernist. Cedar mops. Snug denture cushions. Esoterica for age spots. I'm starting to sense that this magazine is targeted for a certain age group. Contact. Cold medicine. And we did it. that was a long video, and I hope you enjoyed it. So, we did the Enterprise, and we went through Reader's Digest, and we even looked at some old James Bond action figures. So, I think that's a pretty full video, and I hope you enjoyed it, and please rate, comment, and subscribe. Bye.